Marjorie. If you would all answer out loud for me these questions. Do you think that your life is important?
Yes.
And that others around you, that their lives are important?
Yes.
Well, what about someone who is deaf, blind, mute, someone you don't know? Are their lives important?
Yes.
What about children who are defenseless? Are these lives important? Or kids that have nothing to do, who have done nothing to deserve death? Are their lives important?
Yes.
Well, children are killed every day for some of these reasons. And the cause for this we call abortion. Abortion kills innocent lives, and people should believe that each life has value and is valued in God's eyes. Through this persuasive speech, I am going to share with you why abortion is wrong. I have 3 points that I will talk about. God values life, sanctity of life, why our lives are important, pleasure without consequence, responsibility in becoming pregnant, and placing the cause to an extreme to justify abortion. Coming up with outrageous reasons to abort the baby. God values life, sanctity of life. Did you know that you were each made in the image of God? That you were created to glorify Him? And that by aborting the child whom cannot speak for itself and is unborn, you are killing, murdering, taking the life of an innocent person into your own hands and destroying what God created. Genesis 1:27 says, "So God created human beings in His image, in the image of God. He created them. Male and female, He created them." A controversy online had this to say about abortion. The pro-lifer said, "No civilized society permits one human without punishment to harm or to take the life of another human. And abortion is no different." And the pro-choicer said this: "The concept of personhood is different from human life. Human life occurs at conception, but fertilized eggs used for infantile fertilization are human lives, and those not implanted are routinely thrown away. Is this murder? And if not, then how is abortion?" Jim Rudd from the conventionsnews.com talked about abortion being murder. In verses Exodus 21:22 through 23, he found facts that proves his points. In each verse, line by line, Jim Rudd describes what is happening and why God sees abortion as murder. An example of what he says is, "If any mischief follow, give life for life." The Bible strongly protects human life from the moment of conception. With the phrase, "if any mischief follow," the child has equal protection under the law from the moment of conception, life for life. Exodus 21:22 through 23 says, "If man strike and hurt a woman with child, so that her fruit depart from her, and yet no mischief follow, he shall be surely punished according to the woman's husband who will lay upon him. He shall pay the judge's determined. And if any mischief follow, then he shall pay life for life." Pleasure without consequence, responsibility. People believe that when they are in use of contraceptions, that it will diminish the majority of the possibilities of becoming pregnant. People also seem to believe that if there are fewer restrictions, then it will somehow diminish the rate of abortions. Others know that the consequence for their actions what it could be, but they refuse to believe that it would happen to them. Christina from freethoughtsblog.com had this to say: "Let's have a conversation, pro-lifers. Pay attention, I'm about to science you. If you'd like to see abortion rate fall, then you are not wise to think that increasing restrictions will cause abortion rates to fall, because we do not see it as such. We see the opposite." Well, here is where Christina is wrong. I'm about to persuade you. By having more contraceptions and therefore allowing you as a body of abortionists to sleep around more and be promiscuous doesn't always stop you from conceiving a child. For we were created in a world that was created by God. Genesis 1:1 says, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. Therefore, we are not our own, and the choices we make day to day are not only revolving around you. Romans 14:7 through 9 says, "For we don't live to ourselves or die for ourselves. If we live, it's to honor the Lord. And if we die, it's to honor the Lord. So whether we live or die, we belong to the Lord. Christ died and rose again for this very purpose, to be the Lord of both the living and of the dead. To think to have protection as you are sleeping with somebody will stop the fact that you are to have a child. Then you are insane. See, God has a wonderful plan for your life. And He designed this plan well before you were born, well before you were made. He knows exactly what will happen each day of your life. All has a purpose to glorify the Lord. Jeremiah 29:11 says, I know the plans I have for your life, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Placing the cause to an extreme to justify abortion. I understand that not all pregnancies who undergo abortion was planned. But for no reason should anyone except Christ Himself take away human life. People all the time want you to agree with why they think abortion is okay. Some say, well, what if you get raped? Then I get raped. It won't change my mind on going through the process to have a baby. Some say, what if you're too young to have a child? Well, you didn't think you were too young to have sex. So, having the child is, say, the consequence, if you will, to your decision that you couldn't wait until you got married to have. In 1 Corinthians 7:9 it says, but if they can't control themselves, then they should get married. Then they should go ahead and get married. Go ahead and marry, sorry. It's better to have married than to burn with lust. In all cases, or in the cases that I did not mention, bring it all to the Lord. Remember, He knows what He is doing. In Proverbs 3:5-6 it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. So, Jesus has a heart for all children. And when you, who believe in abortion, kill children, His heart breaks. Psalms 127, verse 3 says, children are a gift from the Lord. They are a reward from Him. And Matthew 18:6 says, but if you cause one of these little ones who trust in me to fall in sin, it would be better for you to have a large milestone tied around your neck and be drowned into the depths of the sea. Abortion is wrong because you are taking away a human life that is not yours to take. God gave you breath and life, and He can take it away just as fast as you take away babies. If you can remember one thing today, let it be this. If you think that your life and the lives that you are sitting next to are important, then the life that is inside of you when you become pregnant is just as important.